Hi guys, it's Adam with WebStarts, and in this video, I'm going to show you everything you need to know about how to get started with the TikTok app. If you're not familiar with TikTok, it already has 1 billion installs and it's #1 on the App Store, and it's really popular, especially amongst young people. It's kind of a combination of Instagram and Vine and Snapchat and a bunch of other social networks. It was once an app called Musical.ly that allowed people to lip sync over their favorite music and then record that with themselves or their friends. And then about a year ago, this company ByteDance bought Musical.ly. They combined the apps, and since then, the thing's really taken off. So be sure to check it out as I jump in and show you how to use TikTok. All right, let's get into the TikTok app, and I'm going to cover all of the features I possibly can. I'm going to move quick, so feel free to rewind and watch any part of this video again if I'm going too quick. I've installed the TikTok app. You can find that on the App Store as well as Google Play. I tap on it to open it, and then I'm immediately immersed in the experience. Now I can swipe up and down to watch different videos on TikTok, and you'll notice at the top it'll say following and for you. If you're following people, you can tap there and you'll see the videos of the people that you're following, and if you tap for you, it'll show you the videos that TikTok thinks that you might like to see. TikTok doesn't allow you to select a username at sign up, but rather assigns one to you. You can view it by tapping on the me icon, and then it's going to be just below your profile pic. If you want to change your username, you have to wait at least 30 days to do that, and you do it by tapping on edit profile. You can just enter it in right here. However, later on in this video, I'm going to show you a trick that you can use to change your username right away. Now, notice that I'm in the profile area, and I can do things like select a profile pic or select even a profile video. I can enter in a URL to my website, and I can also connect my Instagram and YouTube accounts. I'm not going to do that right now, but at least you know where they are. If I tap the back button, there are several features on this screen that I want to show you. The first one is you can invite your friends. You can find them through contacts or connect your Facebook account. You have a QR code that you can share with people if you want to connect with them over TikTok. And then you have your favorites icon where you can find favorites by videos, hashtags, sound effects, and more. And then you have your gallery. These are the TikToks that you've created, including your drafts. I'll talk more about that later. And then any of the TikToks you like will display under this like icon or this heart icon here. Now, tapping back on the home icon, I get back into the main feed, and now if I like a certain person who's a creator, I might want to follow them, and I do that by tapping the plus symbol just below their profile pic. And then a lot like other social networks, you can tap on the heart to like a certain video, and then just as I showed you previously, when you like a video, it will show up under your profile in your like section. You can leave comments on videos just like other social network apps and discuss them. And one of the things that I really like about TikTok compared to other apps is the share feature, because when you tap on that, you're able to share on all of your social networks. You're able to share through SMS or text message. You're able to copy a link to a particular video so you can send it to someone even if they're not on TikTok and they can view it on the web. You can use messaging apps. You can use any of your social networks, and ultimately any of the apps that are installed on your phone. Some of the other features that you'll find below that are the option to select that you're not interested in a particular video or report something if you think somebody's broadcasting something that's abusive or offensive. You can tap on save video, and that actually lets you save the video to your local phone, which is pretty cool. A lot of other social apps trap you on the network, but not TikTok. You can select to do what's called a duet. Now, before TikTok was TikTok, it was known as an app called Musical.ly, and that was primarily used to create short lip syncing videos with either yourself or your friends. And so a duet is just connecting with a friend online and singing the same song with them. So if you see, for example, a video that you like and you want to use the music and sing along with the person who's doing the other lip sync, you would tap Duet, and then it pulls up a screen where it records you both doing the duet. So that's what that does. Here's the duet screen. I'm not going to sing a duet with the cat, but I could if I wanted to. All I need to do is tap the record button and hold it. I'm going to show you how to create a TikTok though a little bit later, and that's where we'll really dive into how to create these recordings. I'm going to exit for now, and then I'm going to go back to my share button and show you that you can also do a reaction video. That's when you're watching a video and then you just want to record your reaction. You do the same thing. You just hold down the record button. I'm not going to do that either. I'd like to react to this cat video that I think is pretty cute and funny, but we'll do that later. I'm going to go back into the share options one more time. And here you can see that I can add to my favorites, and I can convert these videos into a live photo that can be used as a wallpaper, or I can share it as an animated GIF. So that's pretty cool. You can take any one of these videos and then turn it into a short animated GIF. I like that feature. Exiting out, we can cover from left to right across the bottom. We have our home icon that just brings us back to home, and that's going to be the For You page or whoever you're following. Discover, which is where you can search by keyword, or you can search by a trending hashtag, or really just about anything if you want to find certain music or certain types of TikToks. Now, one of the biggest things that you can do on TikTok is you can jump on a trend. I'm going to cover trends when I show you how to create your first TikTok in a minute, but that's something that's unique to TikTok that's pretty cool. Also, notice that you have an inbox. That's where people can DM you or direct message you if you don't know what that means. And that pretty much covers all of the basic stuff that you need to know about the interface. Now let's talk about creating your first TikTok. There are a few ways that you can create a TikTok. TikTok relies heavily on what are called trends. These are either people who are using music to lip sync and create kind of their own music video, or these can be funny little jokes that people tell. These can be other types of forms of expression, but the bottom line is that everybody who's doing a trend creates an original piece of content, and then everyone else tries to copy that particular piece of content, either using the audio from it or just trying to mimic the trend, I guess you could say. So the best way to mimic a trend is to tap on this little album down in the bottom right. And what that does is it allows you to use the audio that you're hearing in a particular trend. So if somebody's lip syncing, let's say a song or a joke or a narration by somebody, you can view who originally created that. It'll show that here. This one doesn't have an original, but you can also create your own TikTok and jump on that trend just by tapping use this sound. That opens up the recorder, and in the recorder you can begin to create your first TikTok post using that sound that you selected. I'm going to show you how to get around inside the recorder or inside this interface where you make your first TikTok in just a moment. All right, it's time to create our first TikTok. The way that you record is you hold your thumb on this video, and as you're recording a segment, you can see that blue line across the top, and when you take your thumb off the record or your finger off the record, it stops. So then what you do is you find another thing that you want to record, and you hold it down again, and you record your next segment. Just like that. It's pretty easy. You can exit at any time by tapping on the X. That'll also let you reshoot a portion or a segment of the video that you're trying to create. And then up here in the top right, you can see some other options. I'll quickly cover those options from the top working down. Speed, that lets you record at different speeds. I'll get into that again in just a moment. There's a beauty filter that makes you look, I guess, more beautiful. And then there's regular camera filters that you can tap on, and you can select those. And then there's a timer that comes in handy if you want to be in your own TikTok. So you'll set up your camera, hit the timer, walk around to the front of your camera so you can join with your friends or whatever you want to do there. And then you have an audio trim feature, which I'll talk about as well in just a moment. Now across the bottom, we have the speed recording options. So you can record things in slow motion by tapping the 0.3x and 0.5x, and you can record things in fast motion by choosing 2x and 3x. So for example, if I choose to record in 3x and I hold down the record button, it's going to play my audio back very, very slowly, and it gives me a chance to lip sync along with it. But then in the final version of my TikTok, everything's going to be sped up and it's going to look almost like stop animation. So it's going to be real quick and choppy, and it's kind of a neat effect. And I think it makes the videos significantly more entertaining. Now you can also add regular effects, just kind of like Snapchat. There's all kinds of little filters and effects you can apply to things. I'm not going to cover all of those. And then you can select your music by tapping on the icon there. I've already showed you, though, how you can really just select your music by using an audio clip that you found on another TikTok. That's the main way I think that people interact with TikTok. And then, of course, you can flip your camera around. And when you're ready to go to the next step, you just tap this little icon here. And it's a little red circle with a checkbox. And then in this step, you can add other sounds. You can search for sounds, by the way, by hashtag or keyword. You can add other effects. So if I wanted a particular filter, for example, I would choose that and I would apply that. And then I can add text. So I can type this out. I can choose from different fonts, things like that. And I can add stickers. So if I want to put a certain sticker on there, I can do that. I could probably move that sticker around. Yep. Anyway, up here in the top right, you also have your filters option. We already covered that, but you get a second shot at adding a filter in post-production. And then this is a super convenient tool, is the audio trim. If you are doing a lip sync and you want to match it up, you would slide this audio trim back and forth, and that would allow you to do just that. Under the volume, you can choose whether or not to use the audio that you recorded while you were creating the TikTok just by cranking that up, and you can eliminate it by cranking it down, and then you can, of course, control the volume of the soundtrack you're using as well. Then finally, when you're ready, just click next or tap next, and then you can enter a description for your video. You can use hashtags to jump on trends or, get found more easily online. And then you can also put the @ symbol in front of your friend's username if you want to direct it to a friend. And then a lot like other social networks, you can publish this to the public TikTok network or just to your friends, or you can make it private. There you can see the private option. You can also turn comments on and off, and you can turn on and off the ability to create a duet or react to a video. You can turn on and off the ability to save a video to an album as well. I really like the idea that you can save the videos that you see on TikTok by long pressing on the video screen. So I like that that's enabled. It's not enabled for all videos though, so keep that in mind. And then you can also post simultaneously to places like your text message, Instagram, your Instagram story, and Snapchat. If you're working on a video and you're not quite ready to go public with it, just tap drafts and you can save a video as a draft, come back, work on it later, and then choose to post it when you're totally ready. One thing to keep in mind is when you publish a post to TikTok, people are going to be shown your video, and then TikTok is going to use machine learning to know how interested those people are in your video. So if you create content that's not very interesting when you first get started, there's a good chance that your videos are not going to show up as much going forward. But if you start out with some really interesting content and people are paying a lot of attention, TikTok is going to know that, and they're going to display it to more of the audience. So if you want to promote something on TikTok or get famous on TikTok, this video is not really about that. It's more about just how to use the app. But if that is your intention, then I recommend you wait till you really have a good idea about the content you want to create, and you're pretty confident that people are going to enjoy the piece of content that you created before publishing it live. Until then, you probably just want to save it as a draft and then work on it until it's really a masterpiece. Because once that goes on to the public TikTok video feed, it's going to either garner the attention to have your videos show more, or it's just going to get ignored, or maybe not ignored altogether, but it's just going to be displayed less often. Tapping back, I can go all the way back. I'm not going to publish this particular TikTok for the reason I just told you. But what I am going to do is exit out and try to show you some more of the features. So another thing that I like to do is when I find a sound bite that I like or a song clip that I like to tap add to favorites, and then that appears under my favorites later. So if I go back out, tap me, tap my favorites icon, now I can see my sounds that I've saved under my favorites. That's just a nice way to keep track of little music, sound bites and things that you might like. Earlier I talked about downloading the videos, and if they're a good video, you might want to save it to your phone. You do that by long tapping. You can also say that you're not interested in the video, and you can also add the video to your favorites doing that as well. Now I'm going to talk about some of the more advanced features of TikTok. The first one is that you can do live broadcasts from the TikTok app as a creator. There's some discussion about this, but it appears that you're only allowed to do this if you have 1,000 or more followers. And if you are able to do live broadcasts, when you go to create a TikTok, there'll be the option to go live, and you can make money by getting gifts from your TikTok audience. And the way that works is that if you tap me, you go under manage my account, not manage my account, but balance, you can purchase gifts that can be given to TikTokers who are broadcasting live. They can actually take these gifts and they can convert them into what are called diamonds depending on the gift that you give. So each gift has a certain value attached to it. Those gifts can be converted into what are called diamonds, and then those diamonds can be converted into real money that a content creator can withdraw from TikTok. The math behind it works out so that if you spend $100 and you give that as a gift to somebody, they're going to ultimately receive about $50, and TikTok will get the other $50. So that's basically how the math breaks down. Now, if you're a TikTok creator and you've got some diamonds and you want to withdraw your money, you have to have at least $100 accumulated in order to do that. The next thing I want to show you is that if you tap under me and you go to the settings, you can see that there's a share profile link. You can copy that link and then send it to people, and what it will do is it will send them to a place on the web where they can view the videos that you're posting on your public TikTok. So they don't need to have TikTok installed on their app in order to see the content that you're creating. Earlier, I pointed out that you had to wait 30 days after sign up to change your username, but I have a hack that will allow you to do it right away. So right now I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. If you tap on me and you go to edit profile, this is where you change your username. Notice that it says it can't be done or you can only do it once every 30 days, but you can get around that by going into your iPhone settings, go to general, go to date and time, and then set your date and time at least 30 days into the future, and then go back into your settings and it will allow you to change your username. Be sure to save it and then go back out to your iPhone settings and choose the option to automatically detect your date and time, and then your iPhone will be working normally again with the correct date and time, and you will have tricked the TikTok app into changing the username. I don't know how long that hack is going to last, but it works right now while I'm recording this video. That just about covers it for this video on how to get around TikTok. There's probably some features that I didn't cover, but if you learned something from this video or you like it, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also enable notifications so you can be the first to find out when I release a new video, product, or feature. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again.